Okay, we're in Wisdom of Solomon, the fifth chapter, and the sixth verse. It's letting us know what those that are not going into the kingdom are going to be saying. In Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7, it's saying, therefore have we erred from the way of truth. And we know the truth, we can sing it together, Psalms 119, 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. And the light of righteousness, which we define in Deuteronomy 6 chapter, the 25th verse, is keeping of the commandments, have not shined unto us, because they're teaching that we're not under the law. We're not under the commandments of the Most High. And you got to follow them, which is the law of the land. But it says, they're going to be saying, in the light of righteousness, the light is the law too. Of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. So verse 7 says, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. So Psalm 58 and 3, remember what it said? It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Right? And we know Job 9:24 says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He who is the wicked covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, when, who is he? And the ultimate judge is the Most High. Well, look at the Bibles. I open up the Bibles, it's their picture in there. As the Most High, as Hamashiach Yahushai, as the 12 tribes of Israel. Until this day, they call themselves Jewish. ISH meaning pretending to being like the Jew, who we are as the children of Israel. But they're going to be a remnant of every nation. But the wicked, ain't going to be no peace to the wicked. The Most High said in these scriptures, straight up. That's why it behooves anyone to hear my voice, to try and learn the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments, his rules and regulations, to be able to please him. Moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, that we can follow to the best of our ability. But they're going to say, Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Hear that? Wickedness and destruction. Destroying everywhere they go. Scripture says it's like hell. Making hell for people. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. It says, but as for the way of the Most High, the way of Hamashiach Yahushai, we have not known it. See that? That's what they're going to say. He said, what hath pride profited us? The most prideful people. That everybody else along the realms of following them are prideful too. So they're going to say, what has pride profited us? Or what good has riches with our vaunting brought us? Brought us. Now you know this is what the future holds. All those things are passed away, you hear that? All those things are passed away. Like a shadow. And that's a post that hastens by. And that's a ship that passes over the waves of the water, ship going through the waves of the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found, neither the pathway of the keel in the waves. Or as when a bird has flown through the air, flapping its wings through the air, there is no token of her way to be found, but the light air, being beaten with the stroke of her wings, and parted with the violent noise and motion of them, is passed through, and therein afterward no sign where she went is to be found. It's like giving you examples of how it's going to be concerning what their pride that they're in right now has brought them. Or like as when an arrow is shot at a mark. It parted the air, as the arrow is going through the air, parted the air, which immediately comes together again. The air come back together again, so that a man cannot know where it went through. You don't know where it went. Even so we, talking about the wicked, in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end, and had no sign of virtue to show, but were consumed in our own wickedness. See? So that's why I'm saying, man, you know, for the hope of the unrighteous, you want to be the unrighteous, those that oppose the Most High? It's like dust that is blown away with the wind. You hear that? It's like dust that's blown away with the wind, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke, which is dispersed here and there with the tempest and passes away, as the remembrance of a guest that tarries but for a day. You see? Meaning it's going to vanish away. They're going to be as they never existed. That's what it's saying. Arrow go through the wind. The wind come back together. You don't know that no arrow went through that wind. Birds fly, flapping its wings in the wind. Once it go past the place that is flapping its wings, you don't know that bird went through that air, atmosphere. Giving you all these examples of how once the ship goes through the sea, the water, you don't know a ship went through that water. That water come back together and flowing like it's been flowing before that ship went through the water. Let's give you an example. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Most High. The reward of the righteous is with the Most High, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom that's already prepared for us, and a beautiful crown from the Most High's hand. But with his right hand shall he cover them with a mashak shot. That's the angel of the Most High. And with his arm shall he protect them. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor. You hear that? Most High's name is jealous, y'all. He said he's going to take for himself his complete jealousy and his complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. See. Understand, overstand this. So, that's why Mashiach Shai said in St. John 14:1. St. John 14:1. He said, let not your heart be troubled. So don't be troubled, Yasharallah. 12 tribes of Israel. Do you believe in the Most High? He said, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. Can you imagine this? It's unimaginable to us compared to what we see on this earth. He said, in his Father's house are many mansions. He said, if it were not so, I would have told you. He said, I go to prepare a place for you. He said, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you may be also. So, when you look at, let's go to 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter. Because he said he's going to prepare a place for us, right? So 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, and the 52nd verse, it says, for unto you, talking to Ezra, is paradise open. The tree of life is planted. Time to come is prepared, y'all. It's prepared. He said he's going to prepare a place for us. He said the time to come is prepared. Plenteousness, I mean, whatever you want, plenty of it, is made ready. Plenteousness is made ready. A city is built, New Jerusalem is built, and the rest is allowed. Yeah, perfect goodness and wisdom. Perfect following of the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments, that's good. And wisdom, proper application of knowledge. The root of evil is sealed up from you. Weakness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are past. It's the kingdom, y'all. And in the end, it showed the treasure of immortality, living forever and ever and ever. Once we are shown how to be totally righteous in the eyes of the Most High, and we don't know in part and prophesy in part, but the Mashiach will come and give us the whole part. That's what this is all about. Our names will be written in the book of life. No more, no less. But I digress. Let's go back to Isaiah 28 and 10. It says, for precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. So that's how the Bible's broken down as a puzzle. That's why you'll be saying, oh, he's going over here, he's going over here. Yeah, that's how the Bible's broken down as a puzzle. But this is what I was dealing with all night long. Wake up, I was still hearing it in my sleep. Wake up, this is what I was dealing with. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people. See? Different languages. That's why when you look at Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, that's talking to the 12 tribes, these are the words that Moses spoke to all the children of Israel on this side of Jordan. So you look at Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 15, which we fulfilled to the T, from 15 all the way to verse 68. The Most High said, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken, listen to the voice of the Most High, thy power, your power, to the tribes of Israel, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon you, come upon thee, and overtake thee. So look at verse 64. It says, and the Most High shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there, when you be scattered among these other nations, thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone, right? So we know Psalm 96 and 5 says, for all the gods of the nations are idols. So once we went among all these nations, when the Most High said what? Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, the first and second verse. See, these are the things that we ought to know so that we're not doing the things that would offend the Most High. You got to know what offends him. This is what he told us. Because he told us something, and then we did opposite of it, so that offended him. Jeremiah 10 and 1. Hear ye the word which the Most High speaketh unto you, who, O house of Israel, O family of Israel. He said, thus said the Most High. This was the Most High telling us, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed of them. Because that's why I said the Most High made the heavens in Psalm 96 and 5. Because they are dismayed at the things that happen in heaven, the stars, the sun, the moon, the comets, you name it. They are amazed at these things. And the Most High got the UFOs, what they call the UFOs, unidentified flying objects, going everywhere right now. We call them IFOs, identified flying objects. We know what they are. Chairs of the Most High, the angels of the Most High. But see, we were mingling among the heathen, and we learned their works. What happened to us? This is the problem that we're looking at. Psalms 106 and 35. So we were mingling among these other nations, and we learned their works. So much that our works compass the wickedest of the wicked. And we taught the wicked ones our ways. Psalm 106 and 35. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. You see? Who taught you your religion? Where your religion come from? A heathen. More than likely. And it don't matter if they say, oh, it's the Israelite, they still a heathen. What's the difference? If they follow the way of the heathen. Most I gave us laws, statutes, commandments. We just read it in Psalms 147, 19 and 20. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yeah, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, deceitful and evil people, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a whoring with their own inventions. Therefore the wrath of the Most High was kindled against his people, the 12 tribes of Israel, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance. And what did he do? He hated us for doing this. We offended him. We hurt his feelings for doing this over and over and over and over again. Therefore was the wrath of the Most High kindled against his own people, the 12 tribes of Israel, so much that he abhorred, he hated his own inheritance, and he gave them into the hand of the heathen. And they that hated them, not loved you, but hated you, ruled over them, ruled over us. You see? And until we cried to the Most High for our bondage, he released us. But we had to go through all that first. So once we see that the solutions are here, we want to follow some other way while we're in the condition we're in now. There's only one way. And that's to humble ourselves before the Most High and to cry unto the Most High. But you can't do it if you're prideful. Show me a time where he released us and we were so prideful, thinking we got it going on, this, that, and the third, and we in captivity. Slavery and bondage. Why he got to bring us down? And gave us into the hand of our enemies. But he got to speak to us in a different languages because he scattered us among all these nations. And these nations speak different languages. Therefore, that's why you look at the Bibles being written in different languages, because we scattered among all these nations as a people. Look, Psalms 107. Verse 11, because they rebelled against the words of the Most High and contended the counsel of the Most High. Like this is a counsel that the Most High having with you now. Those that have ears to hear. Therefore, he brought down their heart. He brought down our minds. With what? With labor, slavery. They fell down, and there was none to help. Because we didn't do what he said do. He said, these are my rules and regulations. And they're not grievous. It tells you that in 1 John 5 and 3. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments. Commandments are not grievous. Verse 13, then they cried unto the Most High, their power, in their trouble. See, we in Jacob's trouble. But it's going to be a time that you've never seen before. And only time we're going to get out of this crying to the Most High. Listen what it say. Then they cried unto the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, in their trouble. And he saved them out of their distresses. He brought them out of darkness and the shadow of death, and break their bands in sunder. Oh, that men would praise the Most High for his goodness and for his wonderful works for the children of men. Verse 4. They wandered in the wilderness in a solitary way. They found no city to dwell in. He had us going in that wilderness for 40 years. Hungry and thirsty, their souls fainted in them. Then they cried unto the Most High in their trouble. This is Jacob's trouble. The solution is right here. We got to cry to the Most High. Then they cried to the Most High in their trouble, and he delivered them out of their distresses. See? But if we don't look at the solutions, That's here over and over again. Praising the Most High, crying to the Most High, keeping His commandments, having faith in Him. It'll come down to it. That's all you're going to have. Ain't no man going to save you. Told you that in verse 29 of the curses in Deuteronomy 28 and 29. Look. Verse 17. Fools, because of their transgression and because of their iniquities, are afflicted. See? Their soul abhorreth, hateth all manner of meat, and they draw near unto the gates of death. Then they cry unto the Most High in their trouble, and He saveth them out of their distresses. See that? He sent His word and healed them and delivered them from their destructions. Oh, that men would praise the Most High Power for His goodness and for His wonderful works to the children of men. And let them sacrifice the sacrifice of thanksgiving and declare His works with rejoicing. This not no talk about no Thanksgiving as y'all get ready to celebrate dealing with getting this country. Because wasn't nothing given, everything was taken. And let them sacrifice the sacrifices of thanksgiving and declare His works with rejoicing. They that go down to the sea in ships, that do business in great waters. We were working, merchants in the ships doing great deliveries here and there and everywhere. We're rejoicing in great waters. These see the works of the Most High and His wonders in the deep. They see it as they're on those ships. Those that were sailors and those that were in the Navy, they seen a lot. For He commanded and raises the storm, wind, which lifted up the waves thereof. They mount up to the heaven. They draw down again to the depths. The soul is melted because of trouble. They reel to and fro and stagger like a drunken man, and are at their wits' end. Scared. You the waves going up, taking that ship way up in the air, like a roller coaster, right? A ride you might have at a museum amusement park. Shoo, going up and down like this. So they mount up to the heaven, right? It says, verse 28, then they cry unto the Most High in their trouble, and He bringeth them out of their distresses. It can't get no clearer than this, y'all. Can't get no clearer than this. But people can hear, they forbear. But you hear what works, because you already hear what the enemy going to do. You already know what they're going to do. We just read it in the Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. Or Wisdom of Solomon from 1 to 7. And down from there. You see? So we are held accountable for what it is that we're trying to avoid. And what's getting ready to go down on this earth. It's already happening. It's in our face. It's just a matter of who's going to pay attention. Who's going to be involved in it, who's not going to be involved in it. Who's it going to affect, who it's not going to affect. Because these plagues that's coming on this earth are not going to affect everyone. But if you're in the spirit, I can't tell you what to expect except for look for them coming your way, knocking at your door. Because look at what he said in 2nd Ezra. Go to 2nd Ezra 8. I think it's 51.